Good evening. This is Clarence Williams with another edition of Now and Then. I want to talk to you about the court system and its system of justice. The courts and its system of justice. I've already did some explanation as to the law or as to the system of law or the constitution or the system of government that we have in the United States of America. Naturally, we have the executive branch. That's the president. That's all of his cabinet members that he has selected. And they are the ones that are supposed to be the advisors of him and keep him in line with the Constitution. And then we have the legislative branch, the ones that sets and makes the laws, whether it is the House of Representatives or the Senate. These two works together as the legislative branch. And whenever the executive branch gets out of line or overstates his or her boundaries, and then the legislative branch steps in and say, "No, you are out of line," and can impeach him or her. And so that's the system. And then we also have a third system, three-tier system, if you will, which is the judicial system. Now, the executive system of government is doing whatever they wish to do because the president know what he wished to do, and his cabinet members are selected because they will not go against him. So that's out. The legislative branch, the House and the House of Representatives and the Senate, all are of his party, the Republican Party, and so they are not going to go against him. They should, but they have proven themselves not to be able to go against him. They are complicit in what he is striving to do. And their whole thing is let's just give him the benefit of the doubt. Let's just give him a little bit more time and he will work it out. It will be the greatest art of the deal that he is so famously uh, saying he can do. And so they really know right and wrong. They know constitutional law. They know what the law says. They know what the presidency can do and what he cannot do, or the office. But yet they are still saying, let's just give him a little more time. Now that's key because every little bit more time, he takes it and stretches it. And so then we have the courts and its system of justice. This is the last defense in the uh, Constitution that we are dealing with right now. Now, I certainly understand the vote, so I'm not suggesting that the court system is the last, but I'm saying in the context of which we are talking right now, the executive branch has kind of fallen by the wayside. Now we're just dictatorship as far as they're concerned. The legislative branch has fallen by the wayside. So it's dictatorship as far as they're concerned. And their premise, give him a little bit more time. Okay, whatever he's doing, give him a little bit more time. We know it's wrong, but give him a little bit more time. But now the courts, the courts keep stepping in and saying this is wrong, and emphatically we're going to rule on it. Now, speaking about the lower courts, because the lower courts have an appellate court, has an appellate court all the way up to the Supreme Court. And that's why I'm talking about the system of judgment, of justice, the system. And Donald Trump know how to use the system of justice. And the judges are the ones that are allowing him to use the system of justice by their decisions that they are making. Now, I'm not suggesting that they are wrong in the decisions that they are making. I'm simply saying that's the system. That's the system. Just recently, just today, I heard that a ruling from an appellate court said that Donald Trump has to pay E. Jean Carroll the money that judgment was for him to pay her. Do you know how long that has been? And that is still being litigated in the court system. And then other cases he's still trying to get from civil court to federal court because he feels as though if it can get to federal court, he has a little bit more sway. Okay, since he is the executive director. Yeah. And so now look at what we are now. Let's take the first one, the tariffs. The court that is responsible for litigating international trade law issues. That court, 3 panel, says that Donald Trump does not have the right to impose tariffs under the EPIT law. Hey, he does not have the law. He does not have the right to do it. He does not have the authority to do it. This is the international court that says he does not have the right, and they are the ones that makes that type of decision. But then the system of justice, another judge, the appellate steps in and say we are not going to we're going to put that law on hold. We're going to put that decision on hold. Now, listen, you already know that he does not have the authority to do it, but yet you're going to put it on hold and you're going to decide that he can continue to do what you know he has no authority to do until you talk about it. And then you're going to set a date in the future to talk about it. Do you understand the system? And that's what Donald Trump is working with. He understands the system. It's all about time and prolonging the time. In the meantime, he is also in the Supreme Court fighting that the lower courts don't have the authority to rule against his judgments. That's the system. And so now he is still putting tariffs everywhere because the appellate court put a hold on the international court that says he does not have the right to do it. And so he's still doing it while the court, the appellate court, discusses it. And that can go all the way to the Supreme Court. Because if he loses in one appellate court, he's going to go to the next one until he gets to the Supreme Court. And who knows? And listen, even if the Supreme Court says no, the question is, will he honor that? That's number one. The second one, in LA, LA, he sent uh, people to LA and says, we're going to round up all of the illegal aliens, immigrants, and we're going to ship them back or ship them out of the country. So ICE is up in there doing their thing now, and the people started running and hiding, creating chaos. And then the people came out protesting this, which we are in the United States allowed to do. But then the local police came forth and they start handling the situation. But then Donald Trump jumped on the phone and ushered in the National Guards. That sounds a good thing to do. The only thing wrong with that is that he does not or did not, can I still say does not, have the authority to do it. Does not have the authority to do it. And so when Gavin Newsom jumped in and said, you don't have the authority to do it, you simply need to stop doing it because I am the one that has control over the National Guard. I have did it before during the wildfires, during different situations. I call them in. And the only way you can call them in is that I send a request to you and ask you to bring them in. That's the only way you can do it. Okay. And why would I have to do that when I have the authority to bring them in the first place? But now the Marines, if I want them to assist me, I have to call you and then you bring the Marines in. Donald Trump said, no, I have the authority to do it. Why? Because they are being insurrectionists. They are harming the polices. They are harming ISIS that is in there simply doing what I sent them in to do. Gavin Newsom filed judgment. Judgment came back saying, no, you do not have the right, have the authority, Mr. President, to order in the National Guards. And you need to relinquish your authority over or your power over them and give it back to the governor by 12 o'clock Friday. Then here comes the system of justice. The appellate court, within an hour, within 2 hours, put a hold on that decision. No, you don't have to pull your troops out. You don't have to relinquish the power, the authority. All you have to do now is just keep on doing what you are doing. And if you keep doing that while we talk about it, everything is going to be okay. Now, in a 2020 video, Donald Trump stood on national TV and said he does not have the authority to order National Guards in anywhere without the governor's first consent to do so. Everyone know he does not have the authority to do it, but yet they are allowing him to continue to do it while they talk about it. Now, why not say, well, you don't have the authority to do it. We're going to put everything on hold. Let the National Guards go out from the streets of LA, and then we will discuss it while you do, if you have the authority. And then once we make a decision, then we'll go from there. No, they didn't say that. They said, keep doing what you're doing, keep doing the illegal thing while we talk about it. Same thing with the tariffs. Keep on doing the illegal thing that everybody know you don't have the authority to do while we talk about it. And while all of that's going on, Christy Gnomes comes to LA, and she's standing there holding a press conference. And then Senator Alex Padilla comes in wanting to ask her a question, and then the security uh, pushes him out of the meeting area, pushes him to the ground, and then physically arrests him. Yeah. He's saying all the time, I'm Senator Alex Padilla. Yes, he's forceful, but they know who he was because he told them. Now you're saying that they're not listening to him. They're just concerned that he is interrupting her as if no one has the right to interrupt. I mean, they do that all the time, interrupt. And even if they are being uh, interruptive, just take them out. But why now arrest him? Why do that? Because of what she said. She said, we are here to liberate the city from its socialist leadership. That's why he was arrested. He was trying to make a point, and they were trying to make a point. Why did Donald Trump send the National Guards in the first time, the first place? Because Christian norms said that they are here to liberate the city of its socialist leadership. That's why they were there. And they are going everywhere else that they can go. Now, when Mr. Newsom says, I've won the case, and by 12 o'clock tomorrow morning, which is Friday today, Donald Trump has to relinquish the authority over these National Guards. And then now the appellate court said, no, keep them where they are. Now, we in uh, America, we know about discrimination of the justice system. We know that. But now it's being taken to a whole new level because all of a sudden now, it's not only just black people or minority people, it's anyone that is opposing dictatorship and tyranny. What's the answer? The answer is vote because the court system is losing its power, beginning to have cracks, and the only thing that's going to solve it is going to be the vote at the voting booth. We have this opportunity to do this November 2026. The question is, do we have cracks in our system? This is Clarence Williams. This is another edition of Now and Then. If you like it, please vote on this video, subscribe, and let your voice be heard. Thank you so much.